We have the top 100 players under 1 million coins in FC24. Beautiful people, what's happening? If you're new to this goodness, make sure to drop a subscription. We have broken rank 1, foot champs, debatable, and the pine. And the vibes are immaculate. I should mention, we are focusing on players that are between the 500k to 1 million coin price target. How do they measure up? The second coming of Pele, the Marvel edition, rendition, probably does not get enough credit. Rank 1, coming in hot. Alisson. As it stands, we do not have enough from a metric perspective to put Alisson above foot champs. And I hope that you didn't pay a hefty tag. But I do like his baseline gold item. Kareem the Dream. I'm a fan for the weekend for sure. Jude Bellingham. It's not the team of the year. It's going to cost you a little bit of that extracurricular. Read all about it. For now, rank 1 could be in foot champs, not quite into broken. And we did a video on our football channel with some storytelling, blast from the past. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but if you have not subscribed to the football records, that would be highly appreciated. Bobby Charlton, rank 1. Please and thank you. Bruno, I'm a little bit on the fence. I still believe, and this is not an evaluation on price point, not that cheap, that he gives you enough with the throwback, the team of the year flashback edition of Bruno to still have a conversation in rank 1. Butragueno is nice. Apparently rank 1 is the place to be. We will have a full review at the end of the video. Do not go anywhere. Cafu, phenomenal. I would also recommend the 91 overall. The SBC is still available as this is being recorded. 500,000 coins for a 91. If you got the extra budget, go ahead and pick up the 92. But I'm just saying, a little bit of fodder can go a long way. Eric Cantona, love him. I have only superlatives, positivity, affirmation. The guy is filthy, disgusting, strong as an ox, but able to move side to side like you wouldn't believe. He got step overs for days. Carlos Alberto typically runs hand in hand with Cafu. Could find him into a foot champ scenario, but I'm not ready to make that commitment. If you don't see an overload of debatable in the pine, these players are all over 500,000 coins. They shouldn't be in that location, but it's going to happen. And I'm going to get harsher. Just let me build into it. Ashley Cole, good to go. A lot of competition out wide. For sure, good enough for the weekend. Many of you might have him rank 1. KDB, you need that team of the year. I'm putting him into the debate, but I don't know that he's going to work out the way that you hoped that he would. Diani, she gets busy. A lot of appreciation, good experiences. I've scored some big goals with that thunderstruck, little movement on the item. Didier Drogba. I'm tempted to have a debatable conversation just because I don't dominate with Didier Drogba the way that I should, and it doesn't remake his time at Chelsea. Big game player.
Mata into what Drogba!
But my oppositions, they know what they're doing. Eder Militao, bit of a FIFA legend. A little more of a quiet year thus far. I'm struggling to not have him at least in rank 1. Essien, brand spanking new, upgraded team of the year icon. Same scenario. Samuel Eto'o, foot champs. I'm going to have to get a little more pristine, a little more critical with some of these players, or they're going to have to get more pristine. Expect plenty of movement. João Felix is nice. I'll put him into the weekend all day. Rio Ferdinand, nice. Quality center back. Definitely deserves that iconic status. Futra will get busy, can get busy, extra expressive. Garrincha in this price point, that's a good pickup. That's a good grab. This should be his 93 overall, which is just over 1 million, but I'd say that price tag is dropping, and that's inevitable, and he's going into broken. Ginola, does not matter what version you have. Good luck against the man with too much long hair. I hate going up against Ginola. Holland, what a problem. And if you're able to get your hands on that team of the year, whoo, we have not had a physical specimen like this. Hansen, still broken for me. Again, if you can make that team of the year movement, wow, you will not be disappointed. Every one of her items, from baseline gold to the inform to the trailblazer or rule breaker, whatever this item is, up to the team of the year, she is special. Just phenomenal. Henry back into motion, which makes me happy. He's definitely felt more himself. Teo Hernandez, get the upgrade. I don't know if I'm giving out some of the early broken status. He's been one of the better fullbacks, or even center backs, depending what your team looks like. Also the formation that you're playing. Jarzinho, I've been doing my thing with him. I'm putting the 89 in rank 1, but if you have the 90, as recording, I think he's maybe 1.5, maybe a little bit more. That guy would be broken. Kaká, one of my favorite players. I keep that on repeat. I am consistent. We like continuity. I appreciate you. Karkawi, brand spanking new. And with a few of the team of the year items, the prices are fluctuating, but I believe they will all settle under 1 million coins. So they should be fitting into this category. I'm talking right here, right now, not in the future, but around the corner. Sam's got to go there. Sammy Kerr, battle of the cover stars. If you put up Kerr against Haaland. Philip Lahm, we're going to put this man into foot champs. And in previous videos, for context, before this upgrade, I've had Philip Lahm in the pine. People haven't been happy about it, but it is a reality, and it is my opinion. We're coming in biased. Lucio, I'd still say he's rank 1. I don't know if he gets into broken at this price point because your options start opening up, and then I have to consider the likes of Maldini. I believe Maldini and even Sergio Ramos are on the same level playing field, or they're right there. They're neck and neck, which seemingly is an extremely hot take. But I also feel sometimes when we look at these icons and these influences of the game, we don't remember that they weren't perfect. Though I understand Maldini leading and topping the charts for this position. Lothar, yep. Gonna have him into rank 1. I'm actually gonna make an early adjustment. Garrincha, I like him. I appreciate him. He's been good for yours truly. I don't know that I'm giving him broken. We've got a disparity between the 92 and the 93. I like the selection that I'm viewing right now in that upper echelon. Mendy, the 87. I love Mendy. He's not better than Karkawi, and that might be the measuring stick. I'm not sure that I can get him into that zone legitimately as it stands. Messi with the radio shock or radioactive, a lot of color contrast. I still got him in broken. Some of the best quick touches and small dribbles and responsiveness in the game. Muller, woo, it's rank 1. What's right is right. Musiala, I love him. I don't know that all of you agree at this point, but if you're good with the R1 dribbling, if you got a certain touch, Musiala is gonna be a fanboy for you. Or you're going to be a fan of Musiala. And Nkunku, not being seen in nearly enough rotation. Some of that's because the actual pitch hasn't been happening. Therefore, some of the hype hasn't been brewing. Oberdorf, is she going to be the first team of the year to not make it into broken? I think she's slept on, but I also don't believe she deserves to be in that same tier. However, if we're going out wide, you need another fullback to incorporate with. We're heading to Barcelona, boys and girls. Puskas. He has to be there. I wish that EA would upgrade the skills and the weak foot and give him that extra helper or touch, but he's still official. Rafael Leao, for me, he's more foot champs than he is rank 1 amongst this group. Ramirez, he's holding on for dear life, rank 1. Rashford, at least rank 1. Does he have enough? If we were talking fire and ice, the 90 overall Rashford instead of the 88, that would be clear cut to the top. Raul, that's where he's going. Again, this is hefty price points, larger pocketbooks. Franck Ribéry. For now, I'm going to put him into a holder in foot champs. I don't know if that's right or wrong. It's just what's happening at the moment. Rivaldo has been upgraded, and for that reason, I like him in foot champs. Roberto Carlos, he's still there. We're getting left backs that are competing, some that might even be better, but he's holding on. I'm thinking about deleting this tier. Upon further review, we have now deleted the pine. I just don't think it's happening. Rodri, I'm chasing that team of the year. A lot of you will have him in broken, but I don't know if I'm as convinced. There's other center mids that I would prefer that are also similar price points. That's the reality. Rudiger, the man can do things. Is Rudiger on the same page with Maldini? Not today. Saka, I wish that I co-signed him heavier. Just doesn't happen. Salah with the 92 upgrade has to go to the broken scenario. This is the reality with that item. And he looks like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the Egyptian version in that dynamic image. Ramos, I know a lot of you love him. I kind of think you're overpaying. I'm putting him into foot champs. Schneider, Wesley, good enough for the weekend, but I don't know that he's a big enough difference maker. I was wondering with his price tag, because he's right there at the million coin mark. Is it because of rarity? Is it because he's a new hero? I've never had problems going up against him, and I felt like when I use him, he's good, he's qualified, he's solid, but I don't know if he's game-changing. Sonaldo got to go to the top. He's kind of in that same category with the likes of Salah this year. They just get busy. Tomori to the top. I would say the 88 Tomori not only is better than Rudiger, but could potentially be positioning himself with a little more of that Maldini conversation. Martinelli, I like him. Into foot champs. Yaya Toure, it pains me to put him into rank 1 in almost any circumstance, any given Sunday. Yaya would always be a go-to. And I'm not saying he's lost that. It's just the substance or the quantity of players that are similar or even better, it's high. Carlos Tevez, pay the big bucks. I'm getting him into the mix-up. It's everything we asked for in terms of the upgrades and the promotions for Carlos Tevez. Valverde, rank 1. Big Virgil van Dijk, arguably the best in the game. Now, of course, with the team of the year, that will be the one man to stop everything that's happening on that back line.
Pretty good.
Varane, too much appreciation. This Willian is confusing for me. I never see him in action. I know the price tag is hefty. He's hard to judge because he's just so rarely used or traded or picked up and purchased. The stats look legitimate. I just don't know if I'm getting enough experience here, first or second hand, to just start throwing them into rank 1 and definitely not into broken off the rip. I need some proof in the pudding. Xavi, been a fun item. I'm giving some of these new team of the year joints a little bit of some extra boost. Same with Zola. I think Zico still's got to get himself into that broken conversation. A little back and forth, too many 90s to deny him. Brazilian flair. Rodrigo, I just keep including him. He keeps playing. I've got hundreds of games with that Rodrigo. I know that he's an 87. If anything, you could argue that he should or could be in previous videos, close to the 500K evaluation, SBC. You probably completed them. You're not mad about that completion. Renard, and she's going to be reducing in price, in my personal opinion, to the top. Good value pickup for the team of the year. Currently trading just above $1 million, but with the team of the year players, and especially some of the women, expect more fluctuation, less proof of concept. Therefore, people with the extra budgets go with what they know. Fernando Torres, I just used this gentleman. I might reduce him to foot champs. I thought that his movement would be a little better. Same with taking players on. Wayne Rooney, I threw on Son if you go to the SBC. I guess technically the other Son is a little better, but I just think they're all broken at this point. I'm just throwing them in. Alphonso Davies on the flashback for the weekend for sure. And again, the issues with left backs. You have the Teo Hernandez, the upgrade. You now have Karkawi. You have Bompastor. You have the Mendes, the 85 or the 87. A lot of options, a lot of depth. Pateas. Oh, yes, ma'am. She is a goon on the virtual pitch. Bright, and this could be a hot take. I'm moving her into foot champs. She seems the least impressive of the defenders. Yashin with a winter wildcard upgrade. And give him rank 1. Alex Morgan, rank 1. If you know my track record with the American, it's not lackluster. Ian Wright for the weekend. Big upgrades on that item. Make sure to play him up front. Del Piero. And I don't know if I should start getting stricter. I'm just struggling with some of these icons to not have them at least in rank 1. But I start to have internal conflict. And if anything, I would prefer Ribéry instead of Del Piero. Perhaps. Still good enough for the weekend. You got the second Rodri. I'll put them next to each other. And last but not least, we have Allison as a center mid. So he's got a goalkeeper and a center mid item. I'm giving Allison foot champs. He hasn't moved me. I feel like a jerk to have KDB in the debate. So maybe this is the true reality, fellas. Let's get into the review. I've eliminated the Pine and the debate, and I've done a first where we have your own category. Our new category is called Rage Quit. For the weekend league, does anyone need to get pulled up? I like Futra. I think Ribéry still has a case. If anything, go after the 92. Will cost you 4 times the price as it stands. Maybe you could fill me in with Snyder if you're on the bandwagon. The same with Willian, once in a Willian. Ashley Cole is moving up to rank 1. Had too many good experiences. Love some Musiala. I kind of feel like we fell out of favor with Kareem the Dream, and I've started putting him into FUT Champs, but the more I think about it, the more I contemplate, Kareem should probably get himself into the rank 1 sequence, that tier. Even Futra with the burner. Some of y'all will swear by Samuel Eto'o. Didier Drogba just doesn't do enough for me. So we're giving Futra the nudge, that hero overpoweredness, and just to even everything out, I'm putting Kareem the Dream, which is contradicting a previous video where I believe I had him in FUT Champs, but upon further review, he's on some movement. Rank 1 looks absurd. So I'm going to focus on the top here. Who has to get into Rage Quit? Karkawi is a definite. Sam Kerr, a definite. Ona, Pateus will be there for yours truly. Renard, all the women. Even a 90 overall Virgil van Dijk. Even a 91 Hansen. Cafu is probably the best to do it as a right back. I have a bias, but Cantona is just special. Upon further review, I'm going to give Lothar the notch up. He's heading to broken. Mendy to broken. I've got certain levels of confidence. It's just true. Lucio, broken. Rio Ferdinand, broken. Yaya's getting the call up. Garincha, he's in there. And my personal bias towards Kaká. I moved more players than ever before. Even Teo Hernandez. If I'm going to move Mendy, I think he's got to go. This is a struggle city for me. The players deserve the accolades and the achievements and all the positive affirmation. Am I right? Am I wrong? We have a comment section. If you're new, it is free to subscribe. I appreciate you. And if you're looking for the gameplay, second channel, playbook, that is linked down below. And I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.